Hey everybody, Mr. Mall here. This is actually my second time recording this. I didn't turn on my microphone the first time, so I think I got it working this time. But it's week two of our third phase. We've been out of school now for a long time, more than I'd like to count. But we're working through our term project right now, and that's going to bring us to the end of the school year, believe it or not. One of the things this week, before I get into this assignment, I am going to do video meetings this week if anybody wants them for the first periods of the day. It'll probably be around 10 a.m. and then the second periods of the day probably about 1 p.m. If anybody wants to join, if no one's really there, then I'll just shut it down. You really don't need to be there, especially if this video helps you. I don't want to take up your time. But we are doing things a little bit differently this week. We're not going to be working with Microsoft Documents or Word anymore, really. We're going to be working through OneNote and Notebook. I know not everybody loves it, but it seems to help quite a bit with. There's a lot of submission issues going on right now with Microsoft Teams, but I'll show you how to get there. It's really easy. If you click on Microsoft Teams, mine's in the bottom right. It opens it up. I'm going to go back to my team page. So I'm in Biology 1A up here at the top. Okay. This works for all my bio classes, but this is the page I'm looking at now. Bio 3A looks very similar. Bio 4A, same thing. This video is going to all the bio kids. Okay, so I see my assignment right there due May 1st. That's our second benchmark. What I do is I click View Assignment. Now mine is going to look different because I do have the teacher version. You guys won't see that page with all your names on it. This is what you'll see. And then you just click on that and it opens up the document. And the beautiful thing about this is when you write or type into this, I see it right away. So I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top. So if you write on this, I get to see it. You can, there's two different ways you can really do this. So if you go to insert at the top, you can insert text boxes. You can draw on it if I really want. I can draw on it. I'm going to get rid of that because I think you all can see that if you logged in right now. But yeah, you can do all sorts of things with it, and then I get to see it right away. So that's awesome, and hopefully that will help some of the submission issues where we've been having, and a lot of emails have been coming through. My goal, in all honesty, everybody, is to not receive any of these by email anymore because they're getting lost in my email. Believe it or not, I'm getting about 50 to 60 emails a day. And things are getting lost, and I want to make sure everybody's getting credit for what they're doing. But what we're doing this week is this whole term project. We're talking about sustainability. So sustainability is sustaining or keeping something alive, really, and we're looking at how ecosystems do that. Now, believe it or not, we are in the sixth mass extinction, sixth great extinction. So right now, this is the sixth time in the planet of the Earth that we know about where there's a lot of species dying, and that's a huge issue. And the sixth one is different than all the previous five because there's humans, and we have a huge impact on that. So this week what we're doing is looking at what's called island biogeography. It's a theory out there that when you have a cluster of islands, the further you get away from the mainland, the different biodiversity or the diversity of how many species are on that island change. So what you guys are going to do is read this data nugget. It's 2 pages. The quality is not very good. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to fix that. And then there's a couple questions. We got a nice, beautiful picture that's a little grainy, but it's showing you the islands off this coast of the mainland. It's showing you the biodiversity of each island. Basically, the more biodiversity, the more species. The less biodiversity, the less species. Pretty simple. And then there's a table. We got some basic questions, similar questions that we've done all year. Independent variable, dependent variable. Here's a couple graphs. Make a claim, use evidence. There's only 9 questions, so it shouldn't take you too long. And when you're done, I get to see all of it. It's pretty awesome. And then it's just as simple as that, really. And for some of you, you might get a submit button. I'm not 100% sure with that. I'm still learning this a little bit too. But if I go back to Teams, for me, it's very easy, guys. And hopefully this solves a lot of issues. And we're going to go from there. This is hopefully what we're going to be doing the rest of the school year. Make it easier on everybody. If you haven't submitted the week 1 stuff, I'm putting that in PowerSchool so you guys can see who I have it from and who I don't. The numbers are really good this week. I have probably above 80%, 90% from most classes, which, believe it or not, is really good right now. But the second way you can get to these assignments is down at the bottom. If you click assignments, so actually let me get back, sorry. If I click assignments, up here I can select through the different classes I have. I teach forensics too, so you can see the other forensics classes. But if I want Bio 3A, done. So here are all my assignments for Biology 3A. I can click on week 2 benchmark, and once again, I go to my student view, and there it is. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any issues, let me know. I'm going to be doing video chats this week. Like I said, if no one really shows up, I'll just cancel it after like a couple minutes. But I'm hoping everybody's doing really well out there. Let me know if there's any issues, and I really hope I get to see you guys soon. Have a great one. Stay healthy.